Hi, my name's Mandy and welcome to my YouTube channel, What Mandy Made Next. Today is Tuesday the 9th of May 2023. So yeah, welcome and welcome to my messy craft room. So I've got quite a few projects to share with you today. I've got some knitting, crochet, quilting, what else? Cross stitch. There we go. So let's start with Miniature Monday and what I get up to. And for this month I've chosen this one. It's called Fresh Lemonade by Primrose Cottage Stitches. Now I got this pattern, I purchased it from Patchwork Rabbit, which is an online shop in the UK. Any shops or any information I'll provide in links down below, so you can expand the show notes box and everything will be in there. I also timestamp for the different crafts, so if you're only interested in quilting you can skip to the quilting, so if you get my drift. So back to the lemonade. This is the finished piece of cross stitch and I've stitched it on a scrap of Belfast linen I had. It's a 32 count, and then I overlocked around the edges just to help prevent fraying. Now obviously the fabric was too small to fit in a larger hoop, so I've used a small hoop that I purchased from Hobbycraft. They're well worth getting these. I mean, they're only about £3 or £4 in sterling to purchase, so yeah, well worth getting a couple of those if you're into cross stitch. Now I'll bring this a little bit closer so you can see it better. I really think this is cute. Look at that little slice of lemon there, and I love the colours, I really do. So I'm quite pleased with this little project. Now when I say little, I mean it took me more than a day. I mean, Java Girl Stitchy says it's just a day's project, but not for me. I think it was 3 or 4 days this, because you know I have to have magna glasses on and I'm bent over trying to see where to stitch. I do have a problem stitching on linen, but I think, you know, once you've mastered it, it looks lovely, I really do. But let me show you now the fabrics I was thinking of using to make this up into a pillow. So this is the first fabric, it's from Moustache. It's obviously it's a yellow colour, but it's looking a little bit duller. I do apologise. It is a dark day here today in the UK. It's raining and it's quite dull outside. And then the other one I like is this one. This is a Tilda fabric. It's from the Meadow Basics range in the pine colourway. And I can't make my mind up, but I'm thinking this is winning. But it would be nice to pop a little, maybe, I've got a thread on, a little flange there, you know, just to set it off. So I'm going to have a think and cut out the fabric and get this pillow made up. The only thing what's putting me off is this is quite a substantial piece of fabric. I think there's about a yard here, and really I don't like to cut into big pieces, because I always think, you know, these sort of projects you use your scraps up on, but you know, I like the fabric, so I may as well use it. So yeah, I think that'll be lovely. On a Tuesday I like to cross stitch, and this is my current piece. It's called Twilight Calm. This is from the Gold Collection by Dimensions, and yeah, I bought this when I was on holiday in Florida, about 2010 it was. I think I purchased this kit from Joann's if I remember rightly. But anyhow, I only put 200 and odd stitches in, and then when we got home, of course, that went by the by, because at the time I was more into scrapbooking and I bought lots of paper back with me and packs and stuff, and quilting. So yeah, so anyhow, I've picked it back up now, and we'll have a little bit more closer look at this now, see the progress I've made on it since I last spoke to you. So this is my Twilight Calm. Do apologise, it's got these hoop marks in, and it's because I use one of these plastic hoops. It's quite a tight one because it has this groove in, you see. It's just easier for me to use. And then I protect any cross stitches with a piece of fabric. I can see some people cringing, but just imagine it. But that's what I do. Now, when I started this 13 years ago, I went by the instructions on the dimensions pattern and I started in the middle. Now I cross stitch a lot. I prefer to work from the left hand corner into towards the right. I just know where I am. I can count my stitches easy. It's just easier for me. I work a 10 by 10 square, and that's how I go, working across. That's what I do. Because I started in the middle and there was only a few stitches. I found it very difficult to stitch, you see. It was taking me ages, and I was counting a lot as well. But I'm trying to get over to this edge here, and then that's when I can start to relax a bit and start working my way up and going across like I like to, which is what I'm comfortable with. It does look messy at the moment because I tend to park my threads, so that's why you're getting all these threads everywhere. But I can cope with that. And yeah, I can't put it down. I've not stitched on my mini sea beacon at all in the last 2 weeks. I've just been solely working on this. I'm really enjoying it. So on a Wednesday I like to knit or crochet, and this is the pattern I've been working on. This is a dress for my granddaughter. Now, I knit this originally over 40 years ago. I think this was for my eldest daughter. And it was a Wendy Wools. We used to have Wendy Wool. And this was from the Peter Pan range. So, yeah. The pattern is P427. And I can remember knitting this. And I think it was called Peter Pan Darling. But let me show you the wool I have been using. So this is a James Brett wool, and it's twinkling now. You can just see the sparkles, they are showing up, and the colours showing up quite true as well. So this is a double knitting wool, it's Twinkle, and this one is again a James Brett. Let's see if we can get another Twinkle. This has got a twinkle in it anyhow, but it's not showing up as good. But this one is called Baby Twinkle. So this is in the emerald colourway, and this is cream. And I bought these from Wool Warehouse. I bought 400 grams of this and 100 grams of the cream, and this is how much I've got left. So quite a bit really. So that's the ball band for the Baby Twinkle, and it's shade BT06, and this shade, you know, the emerald green, that is TK22. So let me show you in a little bit more detail. So the dress is all now sewn up, and I'm just showing you the back of the dress, the button closure, which I prefer so you're not tugging the garment over a toddler's head, because they usually are quite bigger heads, aren't they, on toddlers. That is the neckband, and I've slip stitched that into place because it's doubled over. So yeah, I really love the design. So this is the front of the dress, all completed now. Like I say, I've used a mattress stitch to seam, and yeah, I just need to slip stitch those little openings closed, and yeah, all completed, ready to go. So pleased with this little dress. I really am. It's been worth it. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stitches in this skirt, the skirt part, but and it does make it rather heavy as well, but I think she'll be fine in this. I think it'll have to be quite a chilly day because it does feel rather heavy, but I think it's beautiful. And my daughter says that she does suit emerald green. She likes to see her in the emerald green, so that's why I chose these colours. So yeah, I'm so pleased. Right, I've also got a crochet project, and that is the Spring Frost blanket by Attic 24. So let me show you that in a little bit more detail. So this is my Spring Frost blanket in all its glory. I'm on the last row of section 5. So this is the wisteria colourway. I mean, these colours, I mean, they're beautiful. I would never, ever, in my wildest imagination, put these colours together. I just haven't got that talent, that skill. So yeah. Oh, I love it. I really do. This is for my daughter as part of a Christmas box. So I just think she'll love it because these are her colour palettes. Now this is my favourite, this one, the spearmint. I think it's beautiful. Now this one here is, I love their names as well. So this one's meadow, mushroom, powder pink and wisteria. And I love this colour as well, and I know my daughter likes this colour. It's called Dusky Rose. So, but yeah, like I say, I'm on the last row of section 5, and then hopefully next time I speak to you I will have section 6 completed and starting the border. On a Friday I usually like to make a garment. However, you may recall a family friend had asked me to make a commemorative baby quilt for a granddaughter. And I've got it basted, so we got that far. So this is the pattern for the disappearing 9 patch. So I'd basted it all up with pins, and I took it to the sewing machine, and I was going to do not a zigzag stitch but like a sort of wavy one, but it just wasn't looking right on here. So I decided with all my wisdom that I would hand stitch, you know, hand quilt this quilt, you see, with pearl cotton. I wanted more of a primitive look to it. I thought that looked really pretty and set it off a bit, you see. I have backed this in this beautiful lilac fabric, and this I had from Stash. But if I lift that up, you can see just how much hand stitching this has taken me. And so every night I've had a little stitch on this, but all weekend I have worked on this. I mean, you know, I've only got a little bit left to do. So I'll show you in a little bit more detail. But this has taken the majority of my time up over the last couple of weeks, especially at weekends. So once that's finished, hopefully by the end of the week I will be able to get the binding on and finish this quilt off. Right, I think that's it, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and if you haven't already, could you please subscribe and give me a like and support my channel. And hopefully I'll see you in another couple of weeks time with some more progress on my crafts. Until then, happy crafting. Bye.